Hi Lokesh, how are you?
I'm fine, sir. What about you? How are you?
Yeah, I'm good too. Thank you. Can you tell us something about yourself?
Yeah, first of all, thank you for giving me opportunity. And my name is Lokesh. I'm from Delhi. I have pursued my schooling from CBSE board, and after that, I had completed my BTech from AKT University, and then I worked in a designing organization because I have completed my BTech in civil. So I was working in a design organization as a repair detailer. Then I moved to IT sector as a manual tester. So since then, I have been working in a small startup organization there, and now I have sufficient knowledge. I have gained sufficient knowledge. So I'm trying to switch my profile um, in a higher organization so that I can upgrade my skills. And yes, that's all about me.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, now consider a scenario where you are testing a software or a web application. Okay, it's kind of,
Yes,
you can say the name as Amazon restaurant. Okay, now in that
yes,
particular application, you have got a new feature or a new functionality has been added. That is a zip code field has been added. Okay, so whenever
yes,
an end user will add any zip code in that particular field, so he or she will get the
yes, sir.
location of the nearest restaurants. Okay, so can you tell me the test scenarios to test this particular use case?
Test scenarios.
High level test
Okay, so the
scenarios.
object. Okay, so yes, sir. So, like the zip code count should be like six code in India. We follow it contains 6 digits. So it shouldn't be less than six, or shouldn't be more than six. It should be six, and it shouldn't contain alphabets, special characters, and it shouldn't be leave blank. And not remembering the other
Okay.
scenarios.
Okay. So these are the few of the test scenarios that are coming to your mind. Any other test scenario that you feel should be tested?
Like combination of alphabets and numeric,
Mm-hmm.
and yes, if like it contains 6 digits, so uh, uh, we shouldn't apply space. Like if we apply space, so it will count the like it will count six.
Mm-hmm.
So other scenarios that we can include it.
Right.
And yes, sir.
Okay.
These are
Fine.
all scenarios.
Right. So then, let's say if this restaurant or this web application is being used in some location in Canada or in US. So you can also tell about the test scenarios of adding the county's zip code. Okay, because in US they'll have a lot of counties over there, right? So you can
Okay, yes.
also test with that particular test case. And then there is already a field of, let's say, generally if you see an application like Zomato is there or Swiggy is there, they'll have some fields of location. The moment you will enter that location, the zip code will auto populate with the with that particular area or locality. Okay, so that also can be
Yes,
one
sir.
of the test case or test scenario. Then you can also do the negative testing of this particular thing by turning off the internet. Then you can test it from your mobile phone. You can also test it from iOS, Android. You can test it in the web application.
Yes, sir.
So these are few of the test scenarios that you can consider over here. Now, can you tell me the difference between functional and non-functional testing?
Yeah, in functional testing, we check which includes reusability, maintainability, interoperability,
Mm-hmm.
operability, and in non-functionality, we check the non-functional part like scalability, security,
Mm-hmm.
mm, usability, reliability. So these
Usability will come in
testing,
non-functional testing.
mm, yes, sir.
Are you sure?
So I'm sure, sir.
Okay, no issues. See, usability testing is a part of functional testing itself. For non-functional testing, you can take an example of security testing, load testing, stress testing, right? So
Yeah,
these are all
performance testing.
performance testing, right? So this is
Yeah.
non-functional testing. Okay. Now consider a situation where you are launching a new website for the very first time. Your company or your
Yes,
client is launching their own website. They have,
yes, sir.
yeah, kept you in the QA team. You are supposed to test that particular website. Now that particular website is going to be live for the very first time. So what all test cases you will test based on the stress testing?
Stress testing.
Mhm. So now we were
So
discussing
in
about
stress,
non-functional. Yeah, yeah, please go ahead.
yes, sir. Yeah. No. So in stress testing, we check the software
Mhm.
beyond the certain limit, like software can work efficiently up to 1,000 users.
Mhm.
So we will check beyond the 1,000 users. So we will check the stress the software bearing at that time. And there is a streaming between 7 to 8 for a particular show. So when people try to access, so this is also an example of stress testing when multiple users beyond the limit try to access a particular service.
Okay. So you will be doing the testing beyond the limit, right? So
Yes,
for
sir.
example, if it supports 10,000 users, for example, so you will be testing
Yes, sir.
from 10,000 user.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, fine. Now consider a scenario,
Yes, sir.
right? So, so there is a website, and again, you are launching it for the very first time, and the website name is Digital Music, right? So
Yes, sir.
what would be your test approach or what would be your test strategy to test this particular website?
Test strategy. You are asking about scenarios or test cases.
Right, right. So how will you test it?
I will test whether the it will support the Android or iOS version,
Mm-hmm.
and I, I will try whether while installing it, so user can access sign up or not, and after that there are multiple users should be sign up through multiple sources like Google, Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
and OTP fingerprints. So these are the scenarios which we can consider, and after that we can user should able to search the music which he want to listen. He can add the playlist. Mm, he can make a playlist by himself if he want any specific type of playlist, and he can share it. He should able to download that particular song, and and there may be some rewards. Well, if if a user is listening many songs, then it should able to get rewards through the uh, uh, respective company who whose application is that. So these type of scenarios I will consider.
Mhm. Okay, sounds good. One of the very important test scenario which you could have added over here was, let's say, the moment you click on the song.
Registration.
No, no, registration is fine, login is fine. Now, the moment you click on some particular song, as it was a digital music app, right? So you should be
Yes,
able
sir.
to hear that song. And then which all formats does it support? Like MP3, or
Yes.
sometimes, various formats, various audio formats that you can hear,
Yeah.
right? So
Pause it. We can pause. User should able to pause it.
correct, correct. And let's say if
User
you
should
have
able
paused it
to.
and if you have switched off the phone and you have switched on again, then are you able
uh,
to, resume to listen to the song from that very particular
from
point?
that particular time. Yeah.
Right. Or or the app starts it from the beginning, like that. Right.
Yes, sir.
Then you can also get some advertisements and all those things. And are you getting an
Yes.
option to skip that particular advertisement? What is
Yep.
happening when you have started some particular song and internet goes off, right? Or let's say you are taking benefit of that application, or you are hearing the songs with the help of hotspot that is being shared by someone else, or the wi-fi that has been shared by someone else. So what if that speed network connectivity speed is 2G or 3G or 4G?
Yeah.
So those
It
test
should
scenarios
be.
can add.
It should be connected with speakers.
Speakers.
Should
Yeah,
be connected.
yeah. So
Mm,
when you connect that particular application, so these are the various test scenarios that you can add.
yes,
Okay,
sir.
right. Now, consider a test scenario where you are supposed to purchase some item online. Let's say if Amazon.com is there. You selected one
Yes, sir.
shirt of black color and you are purchasing it, and you are getting an option for payment as a credit card, right? Credit card is an option to do the payment. Then what would be
Yes,
your
sir.
test scenarios?
Uh, we are doing so window shopping or online shopping.
Right, right. So you are doing online shopping and it's an Amazon.com website, and you have selected some particular shirt. Let's say it's a black color
Okay.
shirt. You have selected
Yes.
quantity as two, and now you are moving to payment option. And in the payment, you are
Okay,
getting
sir.
as payment option as credit card. Then what would be the test scenarios to test this particular thing?
Mm, Users should able to land on home page well after browsing it on Google, or there may and other scenario would be while using the application, user should able to land on home page,
Mhm,
and in search bar, user should able to enter black shirt.
mhm.
So and user should able to select. Hello.
Yes, yes, yes. I'm here. Yeah.
And you while searching on the search bar, user should able to see the black shirt on the list,
Black
and
sheet. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah, and user should able to select that black shirt with the respective quantity which he want to buy.
Mhm.
Like he want to buy two shirts, so he should able to select with quantity, and user should able to add that shirt in the add to cart box.
Mhm.
Then you should able to get a notification that shirt has been added to the cart, and after that user should able to check check the cart whether it has been added there or not. After that user should able to um, try to book that order,
Mm-hmm.
and you should able to add delivery address, uh, and after that you should able to um, buy this black shirt by credit card. Then you should able to make payment through credit card. So these are scenarios. After making payment, he should able to get a message that your order has been successfully booked.
Correct. So these were few of the happy path scenarios. Now, whenever you get this kind of questions of test scenarios in an interview, make sure that you cover both happy path and negative as well. So in the negative test scenarios, you can tell like credit card has got expired, and with that expired credit card, you are trying to do payment, or there is
Yes,
insufficient
sir.
balance in the credit card, or you can say, your credit card, for example, is going to get expired on 1st of January, or sorry, 31st of
Yes,
December
sir.
2021, and uh, and at that particular time, 31st December 2021 at 12 a.m. sharp at night, you are trying to do that
Yes, sir.
particular transaction. So what is happening?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. And shirt is not reflecting the card box.
Correct. And second thing you can also add is uh, credit card. Yeah, you can
Maybe different credit card.
different credit cards, and then you can also check with CVV option. And let's say if you are
Yeah.
receiving OTP on a within the particular time slot or not,
Yes, sir.
right? So these are few of the test scenarios that you can add. Now, when do you decide that you have done enough testing and it is time to stop?
When we achieve the objective,
Mm-hmm.
then we should, after achieving our objective, we check whether we are meeting our goal according to requirement or not. Then after that, we decide to stop our testing.
Okay. So basically, when you don't find any more critical blocker or major defects, then you should stop testing. Or all the critical blocker, showstopper, major defects are now closed, are in closed
Yes,
state,
sir.
right? They are not in open state anymore. So then you can stop the testing, right? Now, which are the testing techniques that you are using to write test cases?
There are several test techniques which we can use, like boundary value analysis, equivalence partitioning class, and decision table, state transition, error guessing. These are the several test techniques which we can use.
Correct. Now, what is the difference between boundary value analysis and equivalence partition?
In boundary value analysis, boundary of the data, like as you asked me about the zip code earlier. So in zip code, we consider six digits. So we check the boundary of the six, like there's six. So we will check the seven and and six minus one. So in in this type, we will check the boundary of the data.
And in equivalence partition, you can explain about the valid
Yeah,
classes.
I know.
Mhm.
Yeah, equivalence partitioning, we partition our data when the data is very long range. So we partitioning our data, and in that technique, we also apply the boundary values. Like there are 10,000, you know, uh, 10, there is 10,000 range. So we partitioning it, and initially we apply from uh, we apply partitioning. We will apply boundary in initial and the last stage of the partitioning, like 10,000. We will. consider like 1000. So we will, the last value will be 1000 and the initial value will be the 1.
Okay, so
And
that will
in
be
between we will consider range.
right.
Yeah.
So that will be the test data for the boundary value analysis, right?
No, sir.
Mm-hmm.
I will try we have to check for 1000. So 1 range will be 1 to 99.
Mm-hmm.
Other range will be 100 to 999.
Mm-hmm.
So the 999 will be the boundary, boundary value, and the initial value which we apply, 1 will be the initial boundary, and the
Mm-hmm.
99 will be the end boundary value. And we
Okay.
divided our test data in this way.
Okay. So with respect to valid partitions and invalid partitions, you are telling this kind of group.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Now, can you give me an example of a defect with low severity and a high priority?
Low severity and high priority.
Mm.
Yes, sir. The example will be like alignment issue. If there is a login page and the sequential graphical interfaces, login ID, password, and click on login button. But the login button is visible above the login ID. So it will work, but the repository UI is not good. Is not, it will not look good. So severity is high, but
Yeah.
hello,
Yeah. So you mean to say severity will be high over here or low?
severity will be low and
Low.
priority will be high
Okay,
because it's
because
working.
working, login is working.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the logo issue, we can consider logo issue,
Mm-hmm.
and look and feel like there is a bank application,
Mm-hmm.
and there is also another duplicate, fake web application.
Mm-hmm.
So the if the original application software look and feel is not good, so customer will not trust it. So we, because it's working, but look and feel is not attractive and not
Correct.
trustable. So
So that's why it is low severity and high priority.
high priority.
Right. Okay, Lokesh, I am done with the interview. Do you have any questions for me?
So I want my feedback.
Mm-hmm. Right. Sure.